Yes, time to do the Midweek Rub, and we've got some very, very big guests in here to help us do it. Of course, Bill,
Hi,
always
Jim.
here for the Midweek Rub. But Damo's moved in, the newsbreaker extraordinaire, as has the former St Kilda superstar fullback and Richmond coach for 5 years, Big Spud Frawley. Hello, boys.
Great to be here. What a magnificent day.
Oh.
Autumn day, Bill. Fantastic in Melbourne.
And a magnificent game of footy last Monday because they needed it, didn't they? It wasn't great on Sunday, Spud.
Wasn't good at all, Bill.
No.
And I think the AFL have come out in the front foot, which is fair enough. Gil McLaughlin, Damo. And
Well, they said in hindsight they wouldn't have put GWS and Gold Coast matches as the only two games on that Sunday. And, it's a hindsight decision. But it's going to be a problem, as we've been discussing. As you probably brought to the footy public's attention more than anyone else, Danny, on the weekend. It's going to be an issue for the rest of the year.
I would have thought so, and I was actually going to say that to you, rudely interrupted while I was talking. But anyway, you've probably said a lot shorter than I would, Damo. Well done. We need to move ahead, I think, moving forward. I'm really looking forward to the game Melbourne-Richmond on the weekend. Seriously.
What are you looking forward to?
It's both coaches and players, Bill. We'll get up in the morning Saturday. It's going to be beautiful weather, 27 degrees at the G. You'll hear it on Triple M, with a rotten hole in the pit of their gut. Thinking at 5 o'clock, 4:45 tonight, one side's going to be feeling really good about themselves,
And the other
and
side?
one side are going to be lower than the proverbial shark.
So do you say, as a coach, or you should say we're going to win this, we're going to win, but do you think about what happens if we lose this? We're zipping 3.
The body language is going to be super important for Damien Hardwick
Yeah.
and Neil all week. No, make no bones about it. The players will be looking to their leaders. When you go to war, you look at the leaders under pressure. And whether they like it or not, they're under a little bit of pressure early in the season.
It's worse for Hardwick.
I was
in
about
that
to say,
regard, isn't it?
Damo, who is a loss potentially going to hit hardest?
I think we've accepted that Melbourne is just already going to have a horror year. In that regard,
Do you think so?
I do. I think that's
two
become
games?
accepted. Yeah, I
After
reckon-
2 games?
Yeah, I do. And I reckon with Richmond's situation, they've got excuses for what happened. Well, excuses being the quality of opposition being Carlton and Collingwood. You're right, though.
Do you look at
got
Melbourne's
more to
injuries at all? Sylvia, Maloney, Gisberts,
No,
Strauss?
because you throw on what's happening this year on the back of what happened last year and the year before that, and there's no improvement yet.
Anything else, Spud, you got for him?
Well, I was just looking forward to that game, Bill, for the whole range of reasons.
Don't worry, I am
Gisberts
too.
and
We're a bit
Strauss.
straight at the moment.
But also, you've
Gisberts
got...
and Strauss, then
Strauss,
they're
yeah.
going to change the fortunes around.
Yeah.
What, you don't rate them? Oh, sorry,
Not in match
Sorry,
shaping
I'm with
scenario.
Damo.
Sorry, Barry Lawrence, Darryl Baldock, and Stewart wrapped in one.
Well, they're not those names, are they, Spud?
Sorry, Royce Hart.
Listen to Purple. Just put him down, get through a couple.
Sorry,
Well, it's a
Mr.
fair
Skill.
call. I was waiting for Spud to
Yeah,
say
it's
some superstars that are missing, and he's going, Gisberts and Eddie Strauss.
Sylvia and Maloney.
Maloney, very
Sylvia?
good player. Sylvia, important player.
All right.
That's 2. 2, Spud.
I'm with you,
I'll tell you
Spud.
what.
I reckon they've got a few out that are
Well,
pretty
they have.
important.
Well, who
They
else?
have. In a side that
Robbie
needs
Flower,
Getting smashed.
I'll tell you what we need to
Gary
do.
Lyne.
straighten up.
Hey, listen to the respect that's
Yeah.
gone out of these two.
Oh,
Suddenly
come on,
they don't
Spud.
give us stuff.
Just
Suddenly
because you were down there and you were zipping 5 and you had that big hole in your guts when
right.
you were coaching.
Well, I think it was zipping 12. What am I laughing for?
On that cheery note, we're going to
lost
take
it.
a break. This is the Midweek Rub. Back with more in a minute.
Well, look, we did say on Monday on the Rub, Damo, about Adelaide Crows. Now, it was tongue-in-cheek from me. I said that well done to Brendan Sanderson about making the 8. The thing I was alluding to was the draw. They've got a very, very good draw, Bill. They play GWS and Gold Coast twice.
So there's 4
Port
wins.
Adelaide, Brisbane, Melbourne a couple of times as well. So, and they've got their home game.
Yeah.
So,
Did someone pick up on that comment
Well, I
you
think
made?
someone did in the paper. And they thought I was serious. I'm not sure, but anyway.
Mark Stevens has got it here, double or nothing.
Yeah.
A nice article. Hang on, I'll just look for thanks,
Yeah, anyway.
Spud.
No,
Danny
well,
Frawley,
look,
Danny
yeah,
Frawley.
but anyway. Look, we picked it to pieces.
You're not there, Spud.
But Teddy Hopkins, Bill,
Yes.
in the article, it was quite interesting. He said that, and I agree with him somewhat. I think maybe GWS and Gold Coast, the list management, and look, I don't know how you do it because the West Coast Eagles come into the competition in '87, senior type players. They won a premiership 5 years later. Adelaide Crows come in '91, 6 years later, and they were senior type players. Maybe
Port Adelaide?
Well, yeah, Port Adelaide as well. The uncontracted players, I think everyone thought Gary Ablett was going to jump on the train and he was going to look back and there was going to be a long list of uncontracted players behind him.
Yeah.
That hasn't been the case at Gold Coast or GWS. I think we all thought 3 years ago there was going to be a really strong spine
Yep.
and, probably your your 12th best player at each club walking out the door. Well, that hasn't happened. It's left them bereft of endurance. So I think the university teams and Fitzroy of the past, Damo, I think Teddy Hopkins is on something.
But
there.
Damo,
can they keep the seatbelts on long enough to withstand what's being put at them and levelled against them now? And Danny's comment about Fitzroy and university.
University, yeah. Deplorable.
They're
in
being,
those days.
Do you reckon they're as bad as Fitzroy and university?
Oh, no doubt. They were very ordinary. They were. I can't remember university, but I have a look at their records, Bill.
You ever been to a university?
have a listen to this.
Trying to be serious now, Bill.
So you reckon they're as bad as university? Do you?
Well, they are.
Did you play in 1985?
We played it. I might have played a couple of games. What are you getting at? What's 85 got to do with it?
What about the opening 3 rounds of 1985?
What happened?
Were you part of the St Kilda team then?
Were you
might have been
captain?
I was down the back line there somewhere.
What happened, Damo?
Round 1, Moorabbin, Sydney Swans, St Kilda.
I think we got
110 points, Sydney Swans.
What,
Round
defeat?
2, Moorabbin, yes. But defeat. Round 2, Moorabbin, Carlton, St Kilda. 140 points. Defeat.
Oh, no.
Round 3, MCG, Richmond. 113 point defeat. You came good in round 4. You only got beaten by 44 points in round 4. I stopped after that.
How many goals were kicked?
Yeah, there's a percentage of 32 after the first
Actually,
round.
I was full back. So
I think Warwick Kappa kicked 15.
So, do you want to take back your university comments?
no wonder anyway, no wonder I...
I reckon there's
Trying to
bad
look
as
for a
St
positive
Kilda
out of that.
85.
It's very hard to get a positive, Joe, but
Hey, Spud,
the ball was down my end.
All I know, without even looking at those numbers, is you would have had plenty of pill.
Well, I do remember I've beaten in a count back, Bill, no wonder, in the B&F to Paul Morwood.
Paul Morwood?
It was back pocket and I was full back. The Bill was down there all
Michael
day.
Roberts got a few too. He was in the back pocket.
He would have been kicking him up the chimney.
So maybe these teams are as bad as St Kilda 85.
Well, maybe throw that in as well.
Do we
Thanks
still...
for that, Damo.
Now, I need to have a look at... I don't know whether you heard, Bill.
Well, no.
But I got in there late Monday because I had to get myself back from Hobart. And on the way in, I'm driving in the car. I'm listening, of course, to Triple M football. And some of the cheapest kidney shots I've ever taken from Idiot Chief
Side splitters,
and
though,
his idiot mate Spud surrounded one thing only. And I would have thought it was the one thing that they couldn't ever go at me about, Bill.
What?
And that's what I wear compared to what they wear. Because if it was
The high
about
pant.
if it was about Bill,
Yes,
the fact that I'm 78 kilos and they're 100, I can't argue. If it's about the fact you can't punch your way out of a paper bag,
You can't
and they
argue.
can, I can't argue.
Yep.
So there's some areas, Bill, that I got no grounds.
No,
But when
cricket,
it-
you got some grounds on
but when
cricket.
it comes to what
Cricket,
the
he
three
has,
of us
definitely.
wear, now I need to draw your attention to the Spud Regis.
What's he
today.
wearing for the
Hang on a
listener?
minute.
He's wearing a charcoal, almost sort of half-cord jean. He's wearing a business shirt.
Stonewash.
He's wearing a business shirt that's buttoned down to his belly button, Richie Benno, 1950s against the West Indies style.
Not tucked in.
Not tucked in. And the shirt sleeve goes about halfway up the forearm.
He likes to roll them up.
But
He's
then
got the anklet.
I looked down to an anklet sock, Bill,
Yeah.
and a pair of white running shoes. So he's rolling Jerry Seinfeld style
You
with
don't-
running shoes and jeans.
Don't your kids tell you you
Well,
can't wear runners with
They're
jeans?
not
Gunners.
sneakers, Daddy. They
If
are
my
runners.
daughters,
Yeah.
well, I'm going to have to change them. What happened, Bill? I bought a new pair of boots this morning.
What kind?
Windsor Smith. Just a nice little...
Oh, no!
Spud, stop there.
what, are they no good?
Don't speak any more, Spud. Don't say any
What's
more.
wrong
words.
with them?
Don't say any more
What are you going to
words.
kick some cow poo around this weekend?
Come on,
What's wrong with them?
the Windsor Smith.
I actually... what?
What are you mixing that in with
I reckon
your
there's a few
Colorado
people
fan?
driving home thinking, well done. But what happened, Bill, regardless of the brand, you've just torched them. Bring a few boxes down my way, 9 below a quarter of you. Listen
That
to me.
shirt from Gazman?
No. Well, I've got a few of them. Shit. Anyway,
Yes.
I bought a new pair of boots, Bill, regardless of the brand.
Yes.
And I got blisters by lunchtime. I'm walking down Spencer Street. I walk a bit gingerly anyway after playing on you bloody gorillas.
You can't
And
walk.
I started to get some blisters in my new boots, so I've put me runners on. That's my excuse for wearing the Junners today.
Purple reckons he might have been seen in picking a couple of items off the
Pull
rack.
up, you wankers. Listen doesn't Purple jump on? You're like a little wildebeest. You're about 100 metres away, and when the line's just about knackered, got one breath left. Is he dead yet? I'm not going over there, but he's still breathing. Okay, he's dead now, Purple. Oh, I'll get in there. You are as weak as, I tell you what, Purple, you wildebeest.
You wildebeest.
Get on the front foot at the start, not at the end when someone's got just about down to their last. Shit. Anita, get me wardrobe and throw it out.
Hey, Spud, we need to turn it around a little bit because we were at Etihad Saturday during the Easter break, and you had a go at Purple for the fact that you said that he'd had a bit of work through the hair. It was fluffed up.
It was.
Well, it's looking very flat today. Flat and right.
Pancake line.
You've had a hat on.
He's got one of those little helmets those cyclists wear on the velodrome. The old wind-resistant haircut. Have a look at that. Is that painted on that hair? Oh,
It is
seriously. You can stick the rub right where it's... I'm not coming in here anymore. I'm having enough. Out, up.
He's off. Look,
Off to Rivers.
he's dropped the headphones.
They got a sale on.
He's just stormed
2 for
out.
1 today, Daddy.
2 for 1.
no.
Checkered shoes.
Oh, no.
Grab some Windsor Smiths.
Fair dinkum.
Never before seen prices.
Hey, what happened? He's just walked out of our little rub.
My guts actually hurts. It actually hurts, Bill.
Was there a bit going on, was there, between Spud and Damo?
Plenty.
Was there?
Plenty going
I
on.
Oh,
think it was a bit serious on the weekend, actually.
Have we got any audio?
Well, they lean
No,
in.
it wasn't worth
They
audio.
lean in that close that I reckon at times it's the old Liverpool kiss that's coming Damo's way.
Stand
Just
by.
a little bop. Anyway, Spud's already gone.
He
Very
hasn't gone.
nice to see you, Damo.
Stay away from him, because if he gives you the Liverpool kiss...
Yeah, I'll be in a bit of trouble with you.